Hey everyone, I would like to walk you through an interesting problem that got sent to me a while ago and how I figured out what the problem was and the solution that I came up with. So first off, the problem is we've got a field, a date field here that isn't in a standard format. So it needs to be changed into a format that IDEA could use for its different analytics. The problem being is you've got the hyphen here. It looks like a hyphen, but it actually isn't a hyphen. So I'll use the equation editor just to show you that it actually isn't a hyphen. I'll use the @is_in function. So I'm looking for the hyphen, and then the field. Let's go equation editor. So we do the search, and it returns nothing. So now we know for sure that for whatever reason, even though it looks like a hyphen, it isn't a hyphen. So now the next step is we got to figure out what this is. So within IDEA, within the import function, there's actually a hex editor that we can use to go view this. And how I would use the hex editor is first I got to save this. I don't have the original source file, I just have the IND file. So I'm just going to export it to a text file. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and import this, or actually not do the import, but use the advanced import functions in order to view what this character might be. So how I would do that is I would just go like I was doing a regular import, except in this instance, I select the advanced record definition editor. And now I'm just going to select that file. So I did an export, so it's under in the exports here, so I'll use that. Then I click on next. Now here I can see it, and within the functionality of the advanced record definition editor is we do have show hex values. So from that I am looking for that dash, that 31. So here's the 31. And as we can see, okay, that's not really a dash. You know, here it's got that character here and everything. So we're showing it as an AD. So let's go look up what an AD is. So what I did is I found a hex editor just on the internet, and I went up and looked up AD. So this gives me the decimal number 173, because when I'm looking at like ASCII tables and all that kind of stuff, they use decimal numbers. They don't use the hex numbers generally. So I'm looking this up. So it's 173. So then I went to an ASCII table, and we notice that an ASCII table stops at 127. So it's not an ASCII character. So it's actually, we know from now that it's a Unicode character. And also, if I go look through this, we can see it's hard to see here, but actually ASCII character 45 is actually the hyphen or the dash that we would expect. So what we're actually seeing is not part of the ASCII table, and that's why we are not actually getting the result. Then I went over to Wikipedia and found a list of Unicode characters. And if I scroll down to decimal 173, we can see that, this is actually a soft hyphen. So what this means is a soft hyphen, so it actually looks like a hyphen, but it's not. It's a different actual character. It's a different decimal for the character set. So that's why, even though it looks the same, it's not actually the same for IDEA. It's viewing it as character 173 instead of character 143. So knowing that information, I am just going to close this and exit. Don't need to import it again. Don't need to cancel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a field that will change this hyphen into a regular hyphen. So change the soft hyphen into a regular hyphen. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to use the field manipulation. I'm going to add a field. I'm going to call it date. This is actually datum. I think this is German for date. I'm going to just leave it as a virtual character field in case I need to go make any modifications to it. I'll keep it as 10. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a function called the replace function. So this allows you to replace one item with another item. So I'm going to do replace. And the first string here is the name of the field. So we got datum. And then the second parameter is the specific character that must be replaced. Now in this instance, it's actually the 173. So what we could do is there is another function here called character. And what this allows us to do is it gives a numeric expression or field of which you want the ASCII character. So I can actually use this to look for that. So I'm going to say at character, and it was 173. So I'm looking for that soft hyphen, and then I'm going to replace that with the regular hyphen. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to validate this equation editor, click on OK, say yes. There we go. Now let's do that test again. So this time I want the at is in, and I'm going to be looking for the regular dash, and I'm going to look first there. I'll just show you the datum, how it's not, doesn't pick anything up in the datum field. And now if I go change this to the date, and we try that, it's picked up everything. So now with the soft hyphen that we couldn't use previously, or we could use, but we'd have to replace every time we needed a hyphen to a character 173, which gets a bit tedious and kind of verbose in equations. We've now switched this over into a regular hyphen. And now we can use it in any of our other equations. So I'm going to be creating another video after this that will show you how we can take this date field, which is not in a proper format that IDEA could use, because IDEA has to be in a certain specific format. In this instance, it's not. So I'm going to show you how we can, two ways to take this date field and make it into a proper IDEA date field that then we could do proper analysis on and everything like that. So, thanks.